Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Reba here. Well, it is like 8:30 probably in the evening, and I was out here just checking on things because we had a downpour of rain today and knocked over one of my trees, so I went and picked that up, and I decided to come take a peek in the greenhouse and encourage my fig babies and all the plants in here. And so I thought I'd go ahead and share with you guys. So I was out here and I was looking at these little sad little fig tree cuttings that I had down here, and I was hoping that they would do something. And well, I'm happy to report that it looks like the raspberry latte may end up putting on a node here possibly. And so I'm hoping it's been pushing out these little bumps all over around, trying to push out a node or something, but it looks like maybe something's gonna happen with that, so we'll just have to watch that. And while I was holding it in my hand and I was looking at it and I was saying, come on little guy, come on, bring up a node, come on little guy, because all of these right here had good root systems when I put them into the soil, but they just weren't showing any nodes or anything like that. No green, no nothing. So I thought they had completely just died on me. Well, then I was standing up and I said, you too, Blanche de Argentile, you too, you come on guy. And there's this area up here that's really damaged, and where it had been cut and it died back. And no nodes up here, nothing doing anything really. And I was like, well, maybe, because I saw the auroric pushed out a node over here. And this was one of the ones that wasn't really doing anything either, but had good roots. And now we have green. So now I have 4 aurorics. So I'll probably end up keeping one of each because I got them all from a different seller. This came from one seller, and then the other 3 came from another seller. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one here and one of the other ones, and just so that I can have them as a comparison, because you never know, you might be getting, sometimes you get accidentally sold fig by the wrong name. So there's that. So anyways, and then I noticed, and you guys probably already saw it, but I picked it up to take a look at it because I was looking at it from this direction, so I couldn't see anything. And then I was looking at it and I noticed this green poking up. When I went in the house to tell my husband, and I thought it was a whole inch out of the ground already, but it's not. But that's coming from down at least 2.5, maybe 3 inches down in the ground. You guys, I nearly cried. Happy tears of joy, because we've got green growth coming from underneath the ground. I am so over the moon. I can't even tell you that I thought this Blanche de Argentile was like a goner. And these trees on, I can't remember which website it was, but the actual trees can sell, for a decent amount of money. And so I am so happy that my cutting actually rooted. And also now I have green. Now this is my Tacoma Violet, and it's still got a little bit of green right here, but not a whole lot going on. So I'm hoping that it's gonna branch out soon and that it won't die, but I've got hope for it too. So a raspberry latte may actually do something. We'll just have to keep watching it. I just wish the temperatures would warm up just a little bit and give these a good shot. And then this is a sucrette. Now this was a really, oops, my butt just broke something. I just broke one of my fig trees. Okay, so this is a sucrette, and this was a really weird cutting, and I just put it in the ground just to experiment to see. So it was just down in the ground with just the wood, no nodes under the ground. And I do have green, and I did get roots, so there's that. And I just broke my Black Madeira. So, bummer deal. But it still has this green, so it'll push out new branches from there. So that's okay. The other part's up against here, so it's fine. I didn't break it all. And that's just a weird branch anyways. I was planning on removing that branch later, so it's fine. I'm not really worried about it. Alrighty. So, oh my goodness. So I'm just so over the moon, you guys. I literally just wanted to cry. And then everything's looking good up here. I'll go through which figs I have in here. And I have here Robert's Golden Rainbow, and I have a few planted in here. I had been wanting to plant multiple cuttings in one container. I had started some that I got from my niece, but there was just too many in one container. There was like, I had like, you know, over 10 cuttings in one container, and that was just way too much. And then I about killed all of my cuttings by repotting them up, and then I lost about half of the cuttings by doing that. And now I've got them repotted. I've got 4 containers with a few of the cuttings in them, like what you see here, like with anywhere from 5 to maybe 6. So these were, I think I'd gotten 3 cuttings from Robert himself, and these are, I just cut them up. So it looks like I may end up with possibly maybe 6 trees from those 3 cuttings. And I'm gonna wait to split these up until a lot later, you guys. I'm gonna let the roots get really established, and then I'm gonna gently just take some time and just slowly pull them apart. And then I can sell off a few and maybe use a couple to trade with. And then right here I've got 2 Macedonia dark. And so these are really pretty. I'm really loving the color on the leaves coming on. And then I had a cutting of LSU Champagne, and I got a couple more. So these are how these are looking. They look really good, because some of the sellers, I got some of these cuttings late in the season, you guys. Some of the sellers, they will keep cuttings in their refrigerators, and so that you can buy them throughout the year, and they are good anywhere between, I can't remember, like 6 months to like up to a year or so, sometimes even longer. Just depends on the actual cutting quality and that sort of thing, and luck, I guess. So I did get this later in the season, and so I just directly potted these all in here. All of these are all direct pot up on the top shelf. None of these stayed any time in my fridge at all. So yeah, that's how they're all looking. This is Zingarella, and I've got 3 of them in here. And whether or not they've actually rooted, sometimes you'll see the green, but you won't see roots right away. That's not typically what you want. But some of these do have roots in here, because I did have to up pot a couple of them. And so that would be my honey plum right here. I had to up pot these, and because I know, well, I had them in 1 gallons already, but I just needed more space, and I was running out of room. So I just went ahead and put them all in here together, and I'm totally okay with having more than 1 fig tree in a container at a time like this, because they're not going to be in here forever. And so yeah, this is how they're looking, and they will be I'll bring in the figs up under cover here, maybe either in my garage or on the patio for the winter. And then right here in the back one, I have White Madeira number 1. And so I know I saw somebody on FigBid, they were selling a White Madeira not number 1. It was like just a White Madeira, and I'm not exactly sure what that was. I was questioning it because I noticed that the seller had a photo of that matched another photo of somebody who was selling on Etsy, and I was questioning them about that. I was asking them if they knew that somebody was using the same photo on Etsy. I don't know if it was the same seller or not, but it just seemed kind of question mark in my mind. So I just didn't feel right. So I definitely did not purchase that from them. I got this from, I think, the same seller that I got the LSU Champagne. And mind you, I did not have to pay huge amounts of money for the cuttings, and I was able to actually take I think I got 2 cuttings from the White Madeira from the one cellar, and I, as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees coming up from those 2 cuttings. So I am very pleased that they were very decent, generous sized cuttings with multiple nodes, and so I left one taller one, and the rest of them I chopped up and rooted the way I'm doing it here. So this is how my honey plum, or my rodgrod, is looking now. My rodgrod leaves are very similar and almost identical to my Gambino, which is fig trees that Sacred Origin out of Redding, California discovered. And I grew up near Redding, and so these were like a must-have for me. And so I'm very, very happy that I have these. And then the same with the honey plum. She also discovered that one too, as well as the Gambino. And there's some other ones that I don't have yet that she's also discovered in the Redding area. And so I was very happy about that. Now, I did get from another seller out of Red Bluff, California. I got, he sent me a Riviera, which I didn't know what that one was. And that cutting did not make it. And then, at least I don't think it did. And, yeah, no, it didn't. I'm looking at it over here. It's dead. And then the other one was the car, and that cutting did not root and did not make it either. I'm really, really bummed about that. Yeah, it's completely dead. So, you know, if I want to get those later, I can. The car one was interesting because it's named after the car fire that they just had the other year. And this fig tree was found near the Whiskeytown Lake, and so I don't know if they were ripping out the fig tree that was there, that had been there for many, many years, but Whiskeytown is very, very partial to me as well. I spent a summer doing some counseling with one of the environmental groups that was up in that area. Not that I'm huge into environmental science and that sort of thing or whatever, but I did do I was a counselor for a group that did, like, they kind of studied nature and that sort of thing. I can't remember exactly. Science camp, some sort of science camp. I don't know. It was fun. I had fun doing it. And so, yeah. And I had done other summer camps, but primarily the summer camps I always did was, like, Christian summer camps. So I'd go off to Christian summer camp and do counseling at Christian summer camps. But anyways, so the car fig, that one would have been a really great one, but that one didn't make it. But the fig tree cuttings that I did get from him that I was really wanting, I think I got them for like $10 for 3 cuttings. Maybe it was 15. I don't know. But anyways, I've got them. They're growing right here. They're very vigorous growing. They rooted really easy. They're called this one's called the Sisters. It was found what used to be the Diamond Ranch up out of Red Bluff, California, and it spanned up through Cottonwood up into the mountains. And I grew up like just south of Red Bluff, just a little ways. And so very, very, very something I grew up hearing about. I heard about the Diamond Ranch all the time when I was growing up. And then I went to college in Redding, California, you know, that sort of thing, where I met my husband and that sort of thing. So, you know, for me, it's just really, really fun when you're able to get your hands on stuff where you've grown up. And kind of my stomping grounds, my old stomping grounds. No, I wouldn't move back there by choice, but if the Lord wanted me to, I guess I would. But yeah, but they are looking really good. The Sisters is very vigorous growing. It's branching out all over the place. It is looking really, really good. I'm very, very happy. This one will soon be moving out of the greenhouse and go into the lineup over by the fence line, and they're looking so good. I don't know if this one is a common fig or not, so that is to be determined. So there's that. And then this is my BB10. It's looking really good. We even got some growth coming up from underneath the ground there. And then these ones here, and these 4 are Grantham Royal, and they all are looking really good. I will definitely be able to sell some of these. Now these, from what I hear, are really good for this region where I'm in the Pacific Northwest. So I'm very happy about that. And then right here in the corner is that sucrete. Now I had cut the top of this one. That's where that weird fork was. And that's where we got that other smaller one down here. That's what I was using as an experiment. So either that was at the bottom of this cutting or at the top. I can't really remember which, but I just thought it was, you know, it was probably at the bottom actually, and didn't feel comfortable with that. So that's why that got cut off, and I experimented with it, and it's growing. So that's really, really fun. And then right here is an Antonio's Black. I was worried that these ones had almost died because they had been in cups for so long. These were the first ones that I had rooted in my house. Back in November, and in December they were rooted, and then they just slowly grew all winter long, and then I just didn't get them out of the cups soon enough. So these were probably almost the last ones I got out of cups for the most part. I do have a couple more, but those ones are so small that those will be going to pots very soon too. But I was really worried that I was going to lose these. But I think this one's going to come out of it. It looks very promising here. This is hardened off right here. And then this one here has already started growing and has already leafed out. So I'm very, very happy about these two. These were, Antonio's Black were a couple of figs that KK had gotten from his neighbor friend whose name was Antonio. So yeah, there's that. All right, and then this one right here is my De La Reina, and I think this was the last fig cutting that I have acquired, along with the White Madeira and the LSU Champagnes. So we're getting ready to leaf out here too, and down here. So I'm very, very happy with these, looking really good. And this one here was that one that was over along the fence line, and I have it marked as Strawberry Teardrop, I think. Yeah, Strawberry Teardrop. Yet the wood on this is almost exactly like my other Emerald Strawberry, and they had sent 2 Emerald Strawberries and 1 Strawberry Teardrop. So I'm wondering if I'm going to be watching the leaf shapes. I don't know if this is going to make it. It looks like it's trying to die on me. I don't know. So it's really shriveled up here a lot. And then this is looking kind of sad. But anyways, you guys, I just had to share that with you this evening. So I'm going to get in the house and finish eating dinner now. And just really, really happy. So happy that this honey tangerine did not die all the way. So grow, little baby, and grow all my babies. So that's just kind of an update on everything in the greenhouse, me breaking things. And then for the most part, I've got most things coming out in here. It's looking good. Looks like something came along and ate off the tops of, probably slugs, ate off all the tops of my Chinese celery that I had growing in here. I had a whole bunch that had sprung up, and something came in here and chewed off the tops. Well then, so let me put that on the top shelf here so I can keep an eye on it. But everything's, see, look, that's what's eating everything right there. A little slug. Alright, so anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Click that bell button. As always, have a wonderful day. And love what you grow what you love. God bless. Bye.